Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. Hope you're travelling nicely. Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. Hope you're travelling well. Sun's out, tennis is on, things are going pretty nicely. Hopefully going all right down your neck of the woods. If you're new to the channel, just wanted to say g'day and hopefully you're enjoying the content. We're up and running, club by club previews done and dusted. We can really open the wings up and do whatever we like now. So that's what I'll be doing today. Shout out to a couple of Facebook pages, Serious Super Coaches, and of course the SuperCoach 360 page. I've been posting stuff on 360 for a while, and just been chatting recently to the other Facebook page, and they're happy for me to post a few things. So yeah, if you've found me via one of those means, thanks for jumping on board, and hopefully you can stick around for hopefully for a while, but at least the pre-season. So today I wanted to talk about how it could look this year and what is my opinion on what we should do in the SuperCoach world with it. Now, of course, COVID, it's something I try to not talk about too much because I think it can just be exhausting and it's hard to avoid sometimes. Obviously, it's reality, but equally it can be quite draining, quite exhausting to have so much focus on it. So it's something I try not to talk about too much, but clearly it's affected BBL if you're a BBL SuperCoach guy, and we've seen it English Premier League, NFL, just players or teams losing players at quick notice. We saw it a little bit in the AFL last year, but these things change so quickly. Who knows what it's going to look like in a couple of months, but let's just talk about now, and it could be potentially something that affects our AFL season. So if you're sitting there wondering, gee, should I pick my team any differently? No, you can't do that. You just got to pick the team that you normally would and just hope that things work out all right. And that's what I wanted to sort of touch on. I don't think SuperCoach should ever be decided by pure dumbass luck. Of course there is luck, sometimes you get injuries and that type of thing. It's part of the game. But things that are totally out of our control and you shouldn't be penalised for, like a player contracting COVID on the Friday and it stuffs your trade plans or it throws all sorts of things out. Maybe he goes on the Sunday and you've already made your trades and you can't reverse them during the round. We shouldn't be disadvantaged. You shouldn't lose a league final or a match against your mate, or gee, let's hope not. You shouldn't lose the 50k or a weekly prize off the back of just you missing out on 5 players and some other bloke just happen to miss out on 4. It's dumb luck. So what's my opinion? I really hope so. Last year, for example, I remember Mills was laid out and something else, and we just had to cop a 0, and they gave us a couple extra trades to kind of offset that. I don't really like that. I think the trades, it can help at times to recover it after the fact, but it still fucks your score for the week. So what I would be doing is, we can't have COVID-affected zeros. That's got to go. So I think if a bloke misses through COVID, and this is where it gets a little tricky, my base idea, this is how I feel it should be. You should be covered with some sort of score. I think, say it happens in round 12, I think every player should have a rolling 6-week average, and you should get that. It gives a bit of an idea of the form, but also at least it gives you some sort of score, and there'll be ebbs and flows. They might have gone off in the first quarter during part of that 6-week stint. We might have some players going beyond what they actually are in 6 weeks, but that's what you get. Where it is tricky is, say, in the first 6 weeks, and I feel like we could have some, because I was thinking, gee, could we have a rolling average from your rounds last year? But then, that doesn't make any sense if a draftee misses or, that type of thing. So, look, you could get a draftee that comes out and scores, 289 points in the first 3 weeks, and you get like a 90-something average. And then he misses through COVID and you get like a 90 for your rookie. Is that 100% fair? Well, I don't know. That's the numbers that we've got to deal with. So, for the first 6 weeks, I just have a rolling, like their average for the year that you get. And then beyond 6 weeks, I just dart it back for the last 6 weeks just to give a bit of a form guide, rather than late in the year, averages don't change too much. So a bloke might be a bit out of form, but he's still averaging 102, even though he was red hot at the start of the year, and that's kind of dropped. So I think rolling 6 week average gives you a reasonable tell of how a guy's going. And it's a bit of an inexact science. You know, draftees, you know, you might get some really low scores. You might sometimes get some inflated scores. I just think we got to ride the bumps with that. But it's better than just copping an outright 0. Now, it could be a little bit tricky because you might be able to, there might be some tactics in that. You might be able to cover a guy. Say someone misses through COVID before the week starts, so you're aware of it. You might have an option to bring in someone on your bench, or, you know, you might be guaranteed a 97, you know, from their rolling average. So you go, well, okay, I'll take the 97. So there might be times where there's a little bit of tactical decisions, but I just really think it would be unfair for certain league matches, certain rankings to be decided by just absolutely unplannable stuff where you just get stiff shit, bugger, he's out. Who could have ever forecast that? You cop a 0. I don't think it's fair, and I didn't think it was fair last year, and I think it's the sort of thing that really pisses people off. So, you know, I just think if we can just accommodate that, that would be my idea. It'll be a bit funny in the early stages when averages can be a little, you know, bit one-sided either way. You know, you can have Clayton Oliver maybe averaging 87 after 3 weeks, which we know he's better than that, but that's what he averaged. And you might have, like I said, you know, bloody drafty who just kicked 4 in the first round and, you know, did all right in round 2, and he misses round 3, you might get 102 points, you know, but it's going to be different. I've got no idea what they're going to do, but I just wanted to have a bit of a discussion, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well as to what you think we should do. Will it even affect us by the time we get going? I'll tell you what, I can't wait till COVID just fucks off. Excuse the language, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm that sick of it. I'm that sick of sport being affected by it. I'm that sick of hearing about it. So I apologise if you've had to hear me waffle on about it for 7 or so minutes, but I thought it might be a popular video. So that's my thoughts. Again, feel free to comment what you reckon. Should we just cop a 0? Bad luck. That's the game this year. Will it happen? We'll wait and see. But they're my thoughts. We should have some form of reimbursement, if you like, for some bad luck. But let's see how we go. I'll be back soon, and we'll get some team picker stuff going, hopefully over the weekend. Cheers.